Welcome to Education Today. I'm Rachel Ebig.
And I'm Bailey Dunmeyer
of Katanning High School in the Armstrong School District.
There are a lot of aspects that go into a smoothly functioning community that they are key elements to being successful. Grocery stores, shopping plazas, fast food stores, and movie theaters come to mind. But for those who cannot drive, how would they be able to get to all these places? That is what we are going to discuss on tonight's episode.
TACT is a local transportation service used in our district's communities, and they have several programs and relationships at play for both the community and school district. Tonight we are going to discuss these programs with a few of the people that help make TACT the success that it is.
Welcome to Education Today. Would you please introduce yourselves and tell us your position with TACT?
Yes, my name is Patty Lynn Baker, and I'm the General Manager at TACT.
And I'm Jerry Miller, the Operations Manager.
What kind of responsibilities does your position entail?
As the General Manager, I'm responsible for oversight of the entire organization. I work for the Board of Directors at TACT, and I oversee all the people that work at Town and Country Transit, also known as TACT, and I write the grants and administer those grants, as well as, which entails the budget, as well as day-to-day operations, as far as the grant administration and everything that doesn't entail Jerry's position, which he'll explain to you. And we oversee passengers and everything like that in the different programs that we operate there.
And as the Operations Manager, I oversee the dispatcher, all the drivers, the maintenance staff, and some of the office staff. I handle all the complaints and compliments and pretty much handle day-to-day operations.
What does TACT stand for?
TACT stands for Town and Country Transit.
Can you give us some history of the Mid-County Transit Authority?
Sure. Mid-County Transit Authority stands for, it actually was formed in 1975, so 39 years ago, began independent operations in 1981, and it's kind of interesting because actually public transportation was actually formed back in the late 1700s, but I don't think we have time for that much of a history lesson today, so I'll just bring it up in the 1975 era. Basically what had happened is when MCTA, or Mid-County Transit Authority, was formed in 75, they were offering fixed route and shared ride service in a centrally located, or actually just shared ride service in the center county here, Ford City, Katanning areas basically. And we were operating with another agency in the area. We began independent operations in 1981, and in late or early 1981 we formed Armstrong Rural Public Transit, ARPT, and that extended shared ride services, and we'll be explaining the differences between those programs a little bit later in the program. And that extended shared ride services to all of Armstrong County. And then in 1999, fixed route portions started being offered. The fixed route program started to be offered in the central county of Armstrong County. And then in August of 2002, MCTA and ARPT were consolidated into what we're known as now as TACT. And this is all formed and run by, I mentioned earlier, the board members that I answer to as general manager. And those member municipalities are basically Applewald Borough, East Franklin Township, Ford City, Katanning, Manor Township, Manorville, and West Katanning.
So what areas did you say they served? Like the communities they go to?
Well, Jerry?
The fixed route communities are 7 member municipalities, which are Katanning, Ford City, Manor, Manorville, Applewald, West Katanning, and East Franklin Township.
Can you give us some insight on the schedule and buses, and that buses run, and some examples of the bus stop locations?
Yeah, we have 3 different lines. We have the blue line, the green line, and the yellow line. The blue line services the Mall Hospital area. The green line is Ford City, Manorville, and the yellow line services Central Katanning, Lemon Way up by the high school. As far as the inside of the schedules, we tried to kind of make them consistent headways, which is consistent running time. So the blue line kind of leaves our central terminal every half hour, and during peak it leaves on the hour too. So example would be a bus is leaving at 8:30, another bus is leaving at 9 o'clock, a bus is leaving at 9:30. What we did with the green line to make it kind of consistent, quarter to the hour, you can get a bus to Ford City. So 7:15, 7:45, 8:45, 9. If you're at the terminal, you can get a bus to Ford City. If you were going up to school, up to Lemon Way, up to the football field, you take the yellow line, they're leaving at quarter after. So if you're at the terminal down in Katanning, you can get a yellow line bus at quarter after the hour.
That's really convenient for a lot of people depending on their schedules.
And the terminal address, Jerry?
Terminal address is 179 North McCain, just down the street here.
And if someone wanted to ride the bus, what would be the cost or expenses someone would encounter when riding each bus?
Okay, the base fare is $1.25. That's a one-zone fare. Children under 12, half fare, so it's kind of a bargain. Children under 6, free. So the basic fare is $1.25. We have 2 zones, so the second zone would be $1.50. So if you were riding up to the Mall Hospital, you can get as far as Mel's for $1.25. To get to Walmart, you needed $1.50.
How is TA TACT funded?
Basically, we're funded through a combination of state and federal funds. This year, we run a fiscal year from July 1st to June 30th. Our operating budget this year is $1.4 million, and we also have a capital budget of about $702 million this year, which is a little bit higher than usual. Our fixed route budget is comprised of $130,000 in federal funds, so our primary funds are either state operating grants or state reimbursement grants, depending on the program. And then we do have some other agencies that also pay for some fares for some programs that we offer as well. So the lion's share of our budget is our state funds.
If someone had questions or concerns regarding the busing, how and who should they contact?
Well, we have a pretty knowledgeable staff that can answer any question on any program we have, and you can do that by calling our main number, 724-548-8696. And we're also on the web at tandctransit.com.
On average, how many customers does TACT serve, either annually or monthly?
The fiscal year that we just completed in June of this year, we have 307 service days for the past year. We operate Monday through Saturdays. We don't offer any service on Sundays. For the fixed route service, we transported 39,472 people. That's an average of 3,289 passengers. That's 128 people daily that we transport on the fixed route side. On the shared ride side, 33,679 people annually, and that's 2,806 monthly, or 110 people daily. And so far this fiscal year, we're 4 months in now, and actually those averages are increasing a little bit more this year.
Why do you think they're increasing so much?
Part of it is because on the shared ride side, we actually we picked up an additional program for people over 65. It's called the MATP program, and we picked up the portion of those that are over 65. Fixed route, we're not exactly sure why. In part, it's a program that we're going to talk about a little bit more here with some high school students that we're transporting on the fixed route side. That may be part of the reason why, because they're actually fare-paying passengers as opposed to senior citizens who actually ride free. But we're seeing uptick in people that are under 65 riding the fixed route, which is actually really encouraging to us that people are actually using the transportation that are under 65. Although we'd love to see those over 65 riding providing the transportation as well.
Okay, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. Stick around.
Success. We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Hi, I'm Jen McCroskey. I'm a prevention specialist with the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. Hey parents, put your drug knowledge to the test. Attend a free teen scene program. Learn about signs and symptoms of drug use and abuse, current drug trends, resources for help, and view a large display of items where drugs can be hidden. For more information, call 724-354-2746, extension 309 to schedule a program today. Brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star and who can change the world of a fifth grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. Tonight, we are talking with Jerry Miller and Patty Lynn Baker, both of the Town and County Transit of Armstrong County. We discussed some background of TACT, but now let's dive into some of the programs that are offered.
Could you tell us about the Persons with Disabilities grant?
Sure. The Persons with Disabilities Grant is a program offered by the state, and it's subsidized by the state 85% of the fares that we have. And that's for people, it's called a payer of last resort, and it's for persons 18 to 64 with a disability as defined under ADA, a definition that's under ADA, and it's for door-to-door advanced reservation service. So what that means is the people need to be able to call, make an advanced reservation, and we pick them up at their door, generally at their home, and take them to wherever they're going. So it's a door-to-door service, okay, unlike the fixed route bus where it's not necessarily a door-to-door type of thing. But the difference here is you have to make a reservation the day before, and so that's how that works, and it's for 18 to 64.
So what goes into applying for this grant besides the ages?
Okay, in addition to the age restrictions on that, and I didn't explain the pair of last resort, if you have any other funding that will pay for transportation, that automatically disqualifies you for a PWD approval. Basically what happens is you have to fill out an application, and actually it's Jerry who approves these grants, so, or not the grant, but the application. So he looks over these, and it does ask if you have any other transportation funding. And the easiest example is if you're a medical assistant. If you have medical assistants, a lot of times they will pay for transportation to medical appointments. So if you have medical assistants and they'll pay for trips to, say, a doctor, then you could still be approved for trips under the PWD program, just we will not provide trips for you to a doctor or medical appointments, but we could provide trips under this program for everything else. So then you'd have a provisional approval under this program.
How do students work into the PWD grant?
As long as they're over 18, Once approved, it's a simple process of making that advanced reservation by 11 o'clock the business day before the trip that you need, by calling our reservation line, which is 724-548-8696, and making that reservation. And then you actually have to make sure that you pay your copay. The state pays 85% of our fare, and then they would be responsible for paying the other 15% of the fare.
Can you tell us about the partnership with Armstrong School District?
Well, what we have done is made some schedule adjustments to our fixed route schedule so that we now service Lenape, and we also service the West Hills School for educational purposes.
What is the benefit of having this program?
Well, part of the benefit is it's showing and teaching the students as well as the adults the convenience of public transportation, and it shows that it's a viable option that can open many doors. It gives you opportunities to work and play, and it can save you time and money as well.
Do you partner with any other county school districts for similar programs?
We're limited to our fixed route program, so we're mainly here in Center County.
Lucky us.
And what is the shared ride program?
Well, the shared ride program is a program that's open to all residents of Armstrong County, and it's an advanced registration program that provides door-to-door service for the general public, for the seniors 65 plus, and for PWD people.
How does someone go about scheduling for this?
Well, the first thing that we do if someone calls in and they're interested in participating in the shared ride program, we actually encourage them, if they're over 65, to contact the Armstrong County Area Agency on Aging, because that is one of our partner agencies. Because if they're eligible to participate with Area Agency on Aging, they'll also pay a portion of that 15% copay that the state lottery does not pay. Because the difference between the PWD program and the senior citizen program, the state pays 85% of both of those, but they're from different pots of money. The lottery program pays if you're over 65. So the nice thing is, Area Agency, if you're eligible through their program, will pay a portion of that 15% copay. The nice thing is, sometimes Area Agency will pay a portion of that 15%, so then that leaves the passenger with either 5 or 10% that they'll have to pay of that 15%, which is a wonderful thing. Our current fares, just in case you're wondering, range anywhere from $14 to $52. So you can imagine if you're talking 15% of that $52, that can add up. So every little bit on a fixed income of a senior citizen can help. So that's why we encourage them to check with Area Agency on Aging to see if there's some help available. In order to be eligible to ride the shared ride program, whether that's PWD or the senior citizen lottery program, a passenger must be willing to share the vehicle with other passengers. They also must make the reservation the business day in advance, pay the copay, whichever portion that is, and also provide proof of age. So those are requirements of the shared ride program.
Are there any other programs that TACT offers?
Well, we are a community-orientated organization, and we participate in outreach education to various organizations and programs throughout the county. I mean, we've spoken at the Rotary, we've spoken at Armstrong County Link. We do Transition Day every year, so we participate in the community. And
is there any other information that you'd like to share? Anything else that you want to cover that we have not talked about yet?
I think probably the only other thing, and I know Jerry did mention it, we do have a lot of our information online at our website, which is www.tnctransit.com. a lot of our information, our schedules, the PWD application, those are all online. And we do encourage people to give us a call, 724-548-8696 or 800-245-8588. If anyone requires any information, you'll find our people that answer the phone are very helpful, and we'll be glad, more than happy, to walk you through any type of information that you need help with. And one thing that we did not mention, and I'm surprised because we actually spoke about this, our fixed route service, even though we have specific stops listed in our schedule, we're also a flag stop, which also a lot of areas don't have that, but if you see the bus and it's on the route, you can actually flag our bus driver and they'll stop for you. Or if you know you're going to be someplace, you can actually call into the office and say, hey, can you let the bus driver know I'm going to be like at the driver's license center or something like that, and they'll swing in there on their route when they're going up that way and stop and pick you up. So I mean, we actually try to be very accommodating to our riders. We value their patronage, and you know, we understand those that are transit dependent. We understand their needs and try to be very accommodating and do what we can to help people out.
You said that people can schedule like when the bus picks them up and not. Is there a way that you could like co-pay, like pay beforehand anyway?
Yeah, we do have some people that participate in a program where they prepay, you know, monthly, and they know that they're taking X number of trips, so they do their prepayment ahead of time.
On the shared ride side, also on both programs, on the fixed route and the shared ride, there are booklets of tickets that they may purchase in advance. They're $10 and they're basically 25-cent tickets, and you can use those either for, like I said, fixed route or shared ride. They're different tickets for the different programs, and you can use those to pay your fare on fare for fixed route or co-pay for the shared ride.
Well, that's our show for today, and I'd like to thank our guests, Mr. Jerry Miller and Miss Patty Lynn Baker, both of the Town and Country Transit of Armstrong County, for coming in today to talk to us. Our thanks go out to the TV production students of Katanning High School, led by our teacher, Mr. Don Swanson. They were our film crew today.
Please join us again next week for another look at Armstrong School District. Visit our website for updated information about the district and have a great week.